Welcome back to the Burban Gardener. Today I'm going to show you how to make a hot toddy before I put our Christmas tree in the stand. Alright, first I take some honey, put a couple teaspoons in the bottom of the mug. Should be good right there. Okay. Then I take my bourbon. Got a 4 Roses bourbon today. It's a nice bourbon. Put about an ounce and a half bourbon in there. Okay. That'll be good. Now we've got the lemon. I take a couple teaspoons, squeeze that right in there. Alright, get that lemon in there. That's going to be good. Okay. Now I go right ahead and take my whole cloves that I could never get out of these tiny holes if I tried. I took the cap off. I put these cloves right in these lemon here. I got a half a lemon wheel. You got a bigger mug, you want a little more lemon in there, you could do a whole lemon wheel. Do a nice little design. I'm going to throw that right in there. Alright. Now I'm going to take my boiling hot water I got in the saucepan here. I'm going to pour that right on in the mug. Whoop, that's a little bit hot. That's okay. I'm going to stir that up a little bit. Just get the honey and the lemon flavor of the cloves going. And then I'm going to take a nice cinnamon stick for garnish. I'll add a little flavor too. I'm going to stir that in there and let it drop right in. You got yourself a nice cozy hot toddy. So you can put your tree in your stand and enjoy your evening. Alright, your Burban Gardener, Matt Scheidler. Now that we have our tree cut nicely, exactly where we want it, the stump all cleaned up, lower branches taken off, it's time to put this puppy in the stand. First, take a little snort. Hot toddy. Get yourself a nice sturdy stand. I prefer metal stands with a nice spike in the middle. You jam this trunk right on top of that spike. It's going to hold in place. Plastic, you know, it's plastic. It's going to break over time. So I just pick this puppy up. If you need a helper, you can always get a helper. My beautiful wife usually will help me with this. She's filming right now. Okay, I put this right down. Right on there. There we go. Okay, I'm going to hold that in place because I'm very dexterous. I will tighten these up. Make sure you have the right size stand too. If you're going to buy a 7 to 8 foot tree, you have to have a stand that is rated appropriately for it. Nothing worse than putting your tree in the stand. The base is not big enough. It topples over, kills your grandkids. You don't want that. Terrible Christmas present. So I'm taking a look predominantly at the central trunk that goes all the way down. Sometimes if you just focus on the very top branch, it can be a little bit squirrely. So you don't want to look just at that. So I took all the netting off and all that. Now I'm just going to gently pull down these branches from the bottom to the top. Not too crazy, they're going to fall on their own for the most part. But just kind of gently smooth these out, pull these down, because you want all these branches to fall and be nice, your tree's nice and full. All right. That's good enough for now. We're going to let the rest of it do its thing. Let's take a look and make sure it's pretty darn straight. Now once everything comes down, I may make some minor adjustments. I just loosen up one side, maybe 2 sides of those the bolts down there. Maybe shift the tree a tiny bit, tighten them back up, take a step back, look at it. You know, you can move the tree around in the stand, swing it around a little bit. We're gonna vacuum up all the needles on the floor. We're gonna put some water in this bad boy, and we're gonna let this thing sit for at least a day before we put any of the lights on there. That's right, a whole day. We're gonna keep filling it up with water. It's very important to check the water level every day. For the first couple weeks, this tree's gonna suck up all that water because you took off the right amount of the stump. You wanna make sure it does not go dry. Even a couple days of it going dry, it's toast. You're gonna hear needles falling the rest of Christmas. And when you take that thing out of your house, it's gonna be a big cleanup job. So, I'm gonna go vacuum this up, put some water in it, and we're gonna let it sit.